What's going on, creepers? Mike Hill Hobbies here. It's February. That means Halloween is right around the corner. I got this cool, scary ghost from LarpGears in the mail. We're going to pop it open and check it out. Oh, yes. And it looks a lot like you know who, but this is just called a scary ghost. Directions. The hood looks a lot like a mask, but it's not a mask. It's got a metal rod here in the top and a metal frame all around the outside. This is their scary ghost for gardens or for people like us, Halloween decorations. They don't call it Ghostface, but it looks a lot like Ghostface. I've got this awesome Ghostface tombstone I made for 2022 season. For 2023 Halloween, I'm gonna have this LarpGears ghost right behind this. So continuing on in the box, we've got basically the body frame, the cape, and the arms and the hands right here. It's pretty long. I know you can't see the whole thing here. I'll just stick it on the ground and give a measure. So touching the ground and measuring up to the shoulders, we've got 57 inches. So that's how long the cape and the gown is. Of course, you're going to be taller because you got the head going on. And this has a bunch of stakes. This gets staked down into the ground, and it kind of looks like it's holding on to something just out there floating in the air. Really, really cool. So you got the pole that its hands are going to hold on to here. Has a couple of holes on there for screws. The screws are going to go right into the hands of the scary ghost. You've got the screws included here. And the ground stakes. So this one's going to go down into the ground. We have 3 straight poles. They each have spring pins in them, which is going to hold them together. You have this spring-like rod right here, and this is what's going to give it that effect of bouncing around, kind of floating in the air when the wind hits it. Very, very cool item. Very easy to set up. Very affordable. And if you got a tombstone like I do, it's going to look great sitting right behind it, kind of above it more so, just like it's holding on to something floating in the air. So the way this thing's going to go together is you have your ground stake, then you're going to go 2 of these straight rods, then you're going to put the spring rod on, then the very last straight rod, and lastly the one that the ghost actually holds on to. So this will be on top of that. So the ground rod, line up your spring pins, click it together, do the next one here, clicks right together. Of course, the spring rod here. You really could put this one anywhere you want, but going by the directions, that's how they have it. Then you have your top one, top straight rod. This is very, very tall. You can't even see the top of it there. So I'm going to give a quick measure. Actually, I'll put the handle on here and give a quick measurement. All right, well, this part is going to be down in the ground, and that is right at 8 inches. So 8 inches of this is going to be down in the ground. So from the ground up, this thing is 6 feet tall. And that's just where the hands are. The head is obviously going to be higher than that. Very, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and attach the ghost to this one. I'll leave this together, go outside, stake this into the ground, and then with the ghost already on here, I'll be able to just click it right into place. Very nice, synthetic, like a nylon type of material. It's going to be good for all weather outside. You're not going to have to worry about rain, water, or dew on this thing. Should wick right off of this, and if it doesn't, it's not going to hurt it at all. Now on the hands, on the inside here, it has holes for the rod to go in and for the provided screws to go in. Just go ahead and push the rod in. There's a hole on the outside of the hand also for you to line it up, and then do the other hand. If you can't quite get it to line up, just bend the arms. This is a metal wire in here that's bendable, so you're going to be able to line it up exactly how you want. You can kind of bend it so it looks like the elbows are out or the arms are straight, however you want to do it. Got the screws here. I'll go ahead and put these in. Okay, be careful when you do this. I had the gown all messed up, so make sure this rod is sticking out because I got all confused with this thing. But it's really simple. Just make sure you keep track of this rod sticking up while you put the handlebars on. That is it. You can leave the arms straight like that, or like I said, you can kind of bend them to give like an elbow effect out there. The material on the wrist does have an elastic in there, so you'll be able to get it around the wrist nice and tight, and you won't have to worry about the wind kind of blowing that off of there. If it does, just throw a little thing of Velcro on there, be just fine. I think this is gonna look very cool out there blowing in the wind, especially behind the tombstone. Time to get it outside, stake it in the ground, and put the head on and check it out. So go ahead and find your spot, stake it right into the ground. We got a little bit of a breeze here today. It keeps switching directions on me, so I think I've got it in just about the best place I can for today. Now the manufacturer calls for the spring rod to be second from the top. I went ahead and put it all the way down on the bottom, directly to the one with stakes on it. That's going to give it a little bit more of an effect to move around into the wind. Once you have it where you want it, go ahead and attach the body. Just line up the spring pins and snap it into place. Now the wind's blowing that direction. It is a little breezy out here, so hopefully that's not affecting the audio too much. But this is my thoughts on kind of the setup. So the spring rod is actually going to be hidden by the tombstone that I have made here. And if that's just a little bit too much play via the wind, then I'll go ahead and move the spring rod up to the second from the top, just like the directions show. As far as the mask, you have the rod here. The spring pin's gonna snap right into that. You're gonna put it right into place on that little rod just above the shoulders. Now you can do this part beforehand, before you put the shoulders on top. I just went ahead and did it like this. And it's pretty cool. I'm 5'8", and it towers above me. That's with the wind blowing it back quite a bit. If it's straight up, it's quite a bit taller than me. Now the wind's blowing this direction now instead of that way, and it's really just switching all over. So now that may actually be quite a bit too much movement for that spring rod, so I'm going to go ahead and move it up to the top just like the directions show. It's a very, very easy change out. Really, you can put it in any of the locations on these rods. I'm just going to go for what the directions call for right this moment. It is quite breezy. This is not the location where I will have this anyway. This is just for demonstration purposes. So we'll go ahead and throw the guy back up here. Snap the spring pin into place. And that's quite a bit less movement having this one up top. So that probably is the best route to go for that. You may just need to put a little bit of Velcro on the material at the wrist to keep those from pulling back in windy situations. You can put this out in the yard anywhere for any occasion. Of course, I'm going for that Halloween look. I'm definitely going to have this tombstone in front. I already had this made from last year with my whole cemetery situation, but this comes in perfect. It's like it was meant to be. So thank you to LarpGears for sending this to me. Absolutely love it. So simple and easy, yet a very effective prop. It looks very, very cool. This thing looks much cooler in person than the actual advertisement pictures, so do not hesitate to get this thing. Very, very affordable, very, very effective, super, super cool looking. Absolutely love it. Definitely recommend this to anybody. The rods are very robust construction. The material is great. The face looks great. I know it's not ghost face, but it is a ghost face. I love it. You can see how it's just gonna dance all around with the wind. No matter what direction the wind starts to blow, this thing is just gonna kind of dance around with it, and it's gonna look great from all angles. I'll go ahead and get a shot all the way around this. Thank you very much, LarpGears. Absolutely love it. Definitely recommend this to anybody. If you're a Halloween guru like myself, link will be in the description below. Go ahead and hit that. Takes you right to it. Get one for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys. Here's a wraparound. Very, very cool. Absolutely love it. Such a simple and excellent design idea. Super, super cool.